Okay, and we're back. So stage 2, the bridge. This is where you get introduced to a number of new enemies actually. The bikers, which have this really annoying punch that will just knock you flat. Like this one punch that just like sends you flying. It's really irritating, but it can be beat. I'll show you how to do it later. And these bike guys who just sort of like randomly fly around the screen, they can hit you as well, so you'll see them in a minute. You can quite easily just fly kick them off their saddle. It's quite satisfying, and it's a good way to rack up extra points as well. Now, as I was saying, these Donovan characters, they will uppercut you out of a fly kick if you are sort of travelling to either side doing so. You stand vertically on the spot and just do a flying kick, they can't touch you at all. A really good trick is to do your character's stun move, which is essentially this like flying, that one there with the knees. So to do that, you press down and punch in the air, and ideally every enemy can be stunned with that move, but you don't want to land right on their head. You want to try and hit them in the chest, because like I say, Donovan can uppercut you out of it, and other characters will hit you. You saw in the first episode that I fought Electra, the woman with the whip in the bar. Now, when you stand parallel with her, she'll try and do this electric whip attack, but you can jump over it and do that knee stun right in her chest. If you try and hit her in the head, she'll whip you. But if you hit them right, there's this sweet spot, you'll figure it out if you practice it. If you hit enemies right in the chest with it, there's nothing they can do to stop you. And against Donovan, it's the best way to defeat them. So there it is again. So down in B whenever you see that. Now these are the bikers. These guys can grab you like that, and if you don't break out of it quick enough, they'll do the sort of big punch, the right hook, and they'll knock you over. The only way to get out of it is to have, in 2-player, to have your teammate hit them to release you, or you just press A to do your special move, and that will break them out. An interesting thing about the special moves though, if you stand on the spot and press A, you will lose health for every enemy you hit. So there, I'm losing health every time I hit an enemy there. The other special move is to press either left or right in A, and that's like your ultimate special move. Even if you miss with that, you lose health, and you lose quite a lot, so don't mess with it. I never actually use Axel's sideways special. It's basically a flourish of punches followed by a big uppercut. It's fine, but it leaves you open to attack because you're rooted to the spot when you do it. I just never use it at all. In fact, I very rarely use special moves in this game. They're good for getting out of crowds, when you're swarmed and such, but they just drain too much health. Especially on hard mode, you need every little bit of health you can get. And these guys, these ninjas, I should have actually talked more about them, but you'll see more of them later. Just like Electra, just like every other enemy in this game, if you stand parallel to them, they will hit you with a fireball. You can jump over it and hit them every time. And just there, in the top left corner behind the truck, is another extra life, so remember to get that every time. This is a really short level, actually. This is like the last section of this level. The boss of this stage is Jet. He's like this guy with a jetpack who will sort of swoop around. He'll use his boosters to launch this big flying punch at you. But this is the golden rule. Just like every other enemy, he'll only do it when he's standing parallel to you. The key is to jump kick. You can do the ground upper, but I find the timing's really hard. Like the window is very small to hit him. If you miss, he just punches right through you. So standing flying kicks are the best. But you'll see that in a second. So the key to this stage, really, because it's so short, is just try and be quick. Your end of level bonus will be massive if you can just get through it really fast. These guys are fodder. They're really easy to beat, but you want to try and take a few of them down before the boss triggers, just to make things a little bit more manageable. And yeah, Jet on his own is quite simple. If you get more than one of them on screen, different difficulty tiers, it can be quite difficult. Basically, don't hang around underneath them, because he'll swoop down, grab you, and slam you into the ground. So always be moving, always try and stay in front of him. Keep your distance. I'll show you an example here. So just look at his shadow on the ground and try and line yourself up with it, and that'll trigger his attacks, and that's your window to strike. So here we go, I'll try to line up, and he'll do that, and you can fly kick him. So just keep on lining up, kick, just repeat the process until he's dead, basically. Really simple once you know how. But every time you kick him, walk up, then walk back down, because he gets wise to what you're doing unless you do that. And it really is that simple. It's kind of embarrassing for him, but there you go. I missed him there, but yeah, line him up one last time. There you go. That's level 2 done already. He's really simple, but stick around for stage 3 coming up next.